Starting. Okay. So, let me
When
get.
started, no?
Yeah, I think we started. So let me just see if there's someone else waiting to join. No. Okay. Let's start the Mitori Geiko practice for today. Uh, so yeah. So today I'm not feeling well, so I decided to do Mitori Geiko, and so Mitori is to watch. So we're going to practice by watching things. We're going to watch some Shiai today. So people like Alan still hasn't done Shiai. More people will not have done Shiai. And I think it's good to understand it by looking at. Uh, so we're going to look at older videos of me because yeah, I can talk all I want about me being bad without getting anyone uh, without insulting anyone. It's just me talking about myself. Okay. So that's why I'm going to show mostly videos of me, and then we're going to watch good examples from other people, like Charlotte, Mary Louise for European Faye, also for European Senshu, so competitors, and then we're going to watch a little about Japanese people doing some Shiai also at the All Japan Championships. So, having said that, so let's start with one of my oldest. One I don't know. Yeah, it was me that uploaded it. Yeah, seems so. Naginata Portugal. So it should have been me that uploaded this to the YouTube channel of APNagi. And yeah, I can put it like this. Okay, so let me put this audio a little lower. So this is at the Goodwill, so everyone knows. This is at the Goodwill in Stevenage, as many will recognize the place. So this was in Great Britain. And yeah, it's a Goodwill. I think yeah, a Goodwill done. I think I was EQ or Shodan at this time, and yeah, so it was about what 4 years, 3 years of Naginata experience at the time. Let's see how this is. It's not good, but I'll let you know. So what's working and what's not working, and why there are no weapons on this fight. I think there's no weapons. So yeah, starting off right off the bat, if you look at my feet, you can see that that was not a very.
Are you white or red?
Okay, yeah. So I'm on
Which
the
one
right
is this?
side. I'm red. So I
Okay.
start on the right side. Yeah. So you can tell that my feet are not really moving all that well, especially at the beginning. You can tell that yeah, I'm doing lots of stuff. My front foot is not okay, and right now, so let's just watch this part. Right, yeah, this is also bad. Too much power on the front end. The ends are getting too close together, right? And I'm just using the arms. I'm not striking with the hips. Okay, so lots of things are again so bad technique. Hands are together. Shouldn't be when striking. No control. Yeah, don't do this. So let's replay this part. So things I always tell that you shouldn't move around with your naginata like in aso, like what I just see here. If Ivan was a little more proficient at this time, he would have struck me Sune most surely, like because yeah, this is an opportunity that you cannot miss when this happens. Like someone's moving without any kind of yeah, I'm just crossing my feet together. I'm not ready to strike, and I get really close to strike, and then I do that just arms. So really bad, and it should be quite easy for an opponent to take advantage of that. It didn't, but normally you're not that lucky when this happens. Yeah, trying Esune. No, that was a very bad try. The Esune was not good. Again, my hands are striking together. See, that was, and this is one of those strikes that I no longer. Uh, you can do this F ASO kind of thing, but without doing this ending where. Let me see if I can stop. There. See, you can, yeah, you can do that F change from ASO, but don't strike with your hands like this. That's really bad. But either way, I don't teach these anymore, and I don't do it anymore. This kind of F change, or I try not to do it, at least consciously, because it's not good Naginata. You should go through proper ASO. Yeah, that was just arms. So if we go back and watch it, you can from the outside you maybe you can think, okay, it was completely open. I eat a place that's completely open, but the if you notice on the strike, so let me put it again, you can see that. Okay, now, bam. Yeah, the Shimpan moved the flag a little, like but still you can see that the strike is not staying there. Like there are several things that are wrong, but the timing was good in the sense that it was completely open for that strike. But then everything else was bad. I just used my arms. It bounced off the opponent. So yeah, this is a goodwill Dan level. So on Dan level, this should not be Ippon. I see. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to comment on this just because it's so rare. But if you, so it is something, but it shouldn't do this. But so let's see it again if you can see it. So yeah, I knocked his Naginata off. That was okay. But then he tries to raise his arm to block the Naginata. So yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, just don't do this in general. Okay. So I said I was going to comment just on me, but this is a very peculiar situation, and yeah, try to avoid it. If try to use your naginata or try to use your footwork to get away, but don't ever raise your arm to block a naginata. Although I struck somewhere else. Okay. Again, just arms. No whip. No, just touching. So no, not really nothing. That was bad with Kode. That's Sune. Too deep the Sune, right? So not as bad as the other Sune that we saw before, but it was too deep. Yeah, and also if you see on this fight, I did lots of okay stick naginata. The don't do that kind of swinging motion. Just arms, just touching with the naginata on that man. Not really a good action. Yeah, me going to Aso and moving. So yeah, since I did this again, this was a little less worse than before. But notice what I'm doing on with my feet. So I go into Aso eventually, and then I'm stepping. Yeah. So yeah, going to Aso and then stepping to do something. I don't know what. I was like, I guess I was waiting for a chance to strike, and then I strike going backwards. Striking going back is not the issue. but yeah, it's too close to be doing that kind of thing. Like I said before, with a more experienced opponent, you won't get a chance to do that, and you should avoid it if you don't want to get cut on the leg. So I was lucky here in that sense that didn't get it on, that I didn't get it with something nice at that time. It was a perfect opportunity. Too close, striking the knee. So don't do this. That was actually okay. So don't strike like randomly when you're close, eating with the Senamaki. That was the opportunity was nice, but it was missing a lot, right? Sometimes you'll see that a nice opportunity makes Ippon, but you need to do more than just have a nice opportunity. Yeah, okay, so here, let me. So I struck him. He got like something's going on, but I go in. So he didn't raise to ask to stop, and if someone doesn't ask to stop, you can continue fighting. So this is really important to be aware of. So don't just because your opponent is not doing anything doesn't mean that you need to stop. You can attack. Okay? And I should have attacked, not just moving forward. I should have been faster. Okay, and it's over. So this was with 3 years of experience in Naginata, I guess. I think I was EQ at the time. I think I did my showdown there. So this is goodwill done, and I think yeah, you're going to goodwill EQ, goodwill Q championships. I think it's to NIQ, so second Q, and Dan is from EQ and above, from what I remember, something like that. Because I don't think I was showdown there. I think I did the grading at the uh, seminar afterwards. So yeah, so even with 3 years experience and even knowing a little more than 3 years, and knowing what I shouldn't do doesn't mean that that I wasn't doing it. I'm doing it. uh, so yeah, so these are things like even if someone tells me about it, or even if someone tells you about it, that you're doing a mistake, doesn't mean that you will be able to fix it immediately. That's kind of one of the takeaways from this is that yeah, not it's not just knowing it, it's doing it until it becomes second nature, which wasn't at this point in time. And so that was from 2014, so 7 years ago, almost 7 years. Uh, and yeah, I'll let this one for later. I put up. Okay, so I'm going to break my own rule that I said before. I was watching this fight before I started the session, and this is Filipa from Portugal, my girlfriend, and Emma from the Netherlands. And this fight, it lasts 4 minutes and a half. It has some wasted time in the middle, but I think it's interesting in some ways to watch it because first I won't make this with anyone else. These uh, comments because yeah, I'm not going to comment people outside of Portugal, and this is Portuguese Naginata Association. So I'm going. I yeah. Also, she has seen this in the past, Flip. She knows what she did. So yeah, I'm going to just comment because it's a Q championship. I think she was fifth Q uh, at this. Yeah, fifth Q probably, not fourth. So let's see what's the difference between Dan level CI, although low level Dan. Uh, I think I even was Shodan at the time. Uh, so let's what how it is for EQ. For EQ, no for TU championships. So yeah, first thing is people don't know how to how to do things in general, like that's okay. But normally people forget how to do the entering. This is okay. Yeah, laughing because they were forgetting to do the A. And okay, unlocked. So Felipe stepped out of
Hey,
the
fight off,
schedule.
Filipa!
So this is, from what I remember, the schedule was not like it's you have measurements and it's 11 by 11 meters. But of course, Naginatas are big. But still, you have from here to there. I think it's uh, well, I don't. I'm not sure about the correct distance at the moment. I have to check my book. But you have lots of distance, and still, if you see it, she starts by attacking. She starts moving back. Yeah, you need to move back after striking to make distance or something. But you have to be careful, not for this to happen. Okay, so you need to control
Hey, fight off, Filipa!
your distance very well when fighting. Also, you can tell that it's you championship. Of course, you can notice that the way that the body is being used is different than the down level GI. Less energy, less acceleration.
It
Also,
makes so much noise that it's hard to hear you.
you cannot hear me. Ah, it's too loud.
The Shia, they make you so much noise that it's hard to hear what you're saying.
Ah, okay. I put it a little lower now. Let me just do something, which is opening the door to my dog. So let me just go and open the door.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
So let's continue. And that was Econ. Let's look again. So Emma is going. She takes the chance to strike sooner. Emma was a little slow on the movement, and Felipe took the opportunity to strike. Uh, yeah. So I won't discuss like what the chimpan did, but I'll give you my feeling on this. It's okay. Like this is Kyo. So you can see that there was a sharp movement, like a strike was sharp. It was on the right target. Timing was good. The opponent was halfway through a strike, so like too slow, right on the upswing. You see it, and yeah, let's watch it again. Aso, kind of slow. She does like a Devana Sune, so it was a good timing, right? So yeah, not really good body movement, but it's kind of okay for this level, right? So you need to take okay. So when you're doing CI, when you always measure for the ippon for any kind of competition, essentially, even if it's CI or if it's Engeki, you always need to take into account the level of both participants, and you shouldn't score by the lowest level. You always score by the highest level. So that doesn't mean that highest level in CI. the grades don't matter at all for this. You just see their understanding of Shiai and the techniques and if they work or not. But if you see that someone is much lower in technical wise, it doesn't matter. What I mean by this is you cannot give an ippon that's below the average level of the fight. Okay, sometimes you'll see things happen like a touch that's not up to par to the rest, but you cannot score that. You need to score always to the highest level. So of course, but this was ippon in this fight in this situation. But if it was on the Dan Shiai, Dan Gray group, it wouldn't score maybe. Uh, so yeah, it will always depend on the level of Rendo, the understanding of the practice of Naginata that's being shown, the depth of practice. So of course, Q depth of practice is low. Should be lower. Let's continue on this. No. Don't walk like that. Now everyone's getting tense. I'm getting tense. I'm over there because she's stepping back all the time, and the chimpanzee said no, of course. But almost that's still inside. Okay. So to be considered outside, you have to step outside the line. If you're still touching the line, it's okay. But when we mention stepping outside, what it means is your support is standing outside. So if your heel is outside, so if your foot can be on top of the line in the same line, but if you're so imagine this, your foot is like this going up, and you have the heel down outside. So yeah, the foot can be above or hovering the line, but your support is outside, so you're outside. Okay. You can also support yourself with the naginata if you're going to fall, and that's going to be outside. Sometimes that also happens. So yeah. So here it was okay for now, but of course it's going to go wrong eventually. So that's walking. And general disappointment, even from our opponents. So yeah, Klebert was there from the Netherlands. It was like offside. Also, just one further comment I was going to read a little later, but you have to remember that until this point in time, Filippa was winning, right? But if you see the fight after she scored the ippon, she continues trying to strike a second ippon. Yeah, you can continue. You can continue to try to strike a second ippon. That's not an issue. But she got down Soku because she was going back all the time and got outside. So you can continue to attack. Of course, you should if you have the opportunity, but let the opponent make mistakes. Okay. So if he has to come for you, he's going to make mistakes and you can take the chance. So after you score a ippon, you don't really need to keep pressuring the opponent because what's the point to keep pressuring? Like, yeah, is dead already. Like one cut, one death. Okay, in that sense. But so don't continue pressuring him. Let them make the mistake because now he has to go for you to make the point and recover. So it's always you always have to manage the strategy of a fight. Like it's like a battle. Like if it was a battle, you wouldn't go to your opponent if you if you're already defeating him. Why go and possibly fall into a trap? Like doesn't make sense. You so yeah, make the if you think you already won, then make your opponent come. Or if you're already winning, make the opponent make the mistake, not you make the mistake and you start losing again. That's what happened here. Flipa started now she's tired because she was trying to make a second point and now she has to work extra hard not to lose or to win.
Faltou, faltou.
That's too deep. Otherwise, maybe it could have been at this level.
Vai, Filipe! Faltou, faltou. Vai, então! Ação. Ação, man. Ação,
Yeah, I think I told you guys before about striking going backwards is difficult. You'll see in most fights people trying to do what Emma just did, and yeah, it's really difficult to score going backwards because we've been practicing this for the last few practices,
Ação, man.
and
Ação,
but she's going to do it. Yeah, so you can tell what's wrong here, I guess. And of course, the chimpanzee didn't even flinch because it's pretty obvious that it's not Ippon. But people still try to do it, and they should try to do it. But it's difficult to actually do a good man striking backwards. So at this level, sometimes it could be Ippon, I guess. But normally, even at this level, Chimpan don't really like to give going back man strike, so command strike, because yeah, it doesn't look good. It's not a good, it's not being done in a good way. And so if striking soon is already difficult, then striking man going backwards is even more difficult to give a nippon if it's not minimally correct. And Felipe is with the Naginata upside down now. Okay, she changed. Nice. And it's over. Okay, so the main takeaway of this video is that you can strike, like at the beginning, you should try to, okay, there are three takeaways. One is that you need to go to Taikai and to get experience to understand what's good and what's not good to do in Shiai to score Ippon. So that's one thing. And only with experience you can strike Ippon. So yeah, more experience, more successful strikes, more Ippon. Taking the cat outside. Down. So yeah, that's one point to take away. The second point, also with the experience comes strategy. So she did a good Ippon, but then she lost her cool and continued to try to attack without really having the opportunity. You shouldn't just strike, you have to strike with good opportunity. So the first Ippon to the around here, I guess. And it was all about opportunity, right? That's the I'll sorry. Okay, so opportunity. So when she moved in a non-efficient manner, and she was struck Emma. So yeah, that good opportunity, good strike, good enough strike for this level. Ippon. Then lots of, if you see, lots of missed opportunities in between until she got outside and she lost. Also, you should be aware of your surroundings. Finally, the importance is not to win. Like in general, like Naginata is not meant to be just about winning competitions. But when we go to competitions, we are meant to win, right? We try to win, but that doesn't mean win at all costs. We try to win by using our best technique and learn from it. Okay, so yeah, what she learned from it was lots of things. All this that I'm talking about, we talk about it at the time with Charlotte and other things. So yeah, you fight to learn about your own Naginata. Okay, not to win championships. That's kind of pointless. But when you're there, you need to try to win. Otherwise, it's also not. What's the effort? If you don't put effort into winning, then you don't really know if things work or not. So that's it. I think I'm going to skip this one. It's about the same as before, but at down level. So the thing I can show you here. Lower. The thing that the only difference between this fight and the previous one is that there's not that many stops. But yeah, there's more energy. But the same mistakes I did on the previous fight with Ivan, I'm doing the same mistakes here. So that's not different. I think there's a time here during the fight where I get one flag, but the other Shimpan don't give the point, and rightfully so. It was not a good one. But yeah, this is just to show you that that was just front end. I slammed Philip's head with the Naginata. Yeah, not good. Yeah. So I'm white. That was a flag for me, but let's go again. Yeah, it's so I'm not second guessing the Shimpan. I agree with the Shimpan. Of course, at the time it might seem like their means also really experience. So he thought it was Ippon. The other two didn't think it was Ippon. I agree from watching the video. But so yeah, I wouldn't disagree from the Shimpan either way. So let's understand what's going on. Why wasn't it Ippon? So if we look at the one from before from Filipa, it was Ippon, and it was not that different. But so strike, there's a net, and then so is it Ippon this? No, of course not. So the chimpanzee say, well, let's try to move it from the beginning. I try to move. So he saw the Sune coming. He tried to block. He didn't. He got it on the target. That from the sound, that's what it seemed like. It was on target, at least. But it's not Ippon. Although there was opportunity, right? And why is that? Because everything else was wrong. Like literally everything else was wrong. So this is done level. So this is a goodwill done. It shouldn't be Ippon. Like if it was Q, yes, but this is not Q. So this is expected that you know more. And if you see the rest of the fight, like in terms of, so I'm just going to skip forward. But yeah, so if you see the fight, we're actually moving, and you can understand that this is not the same level of energy as a Q tournament. Me showing the cocktail like come here. Yeah, but there's lots more of movement, energy, understanding of Naginata, although the level is still okay. Yeah. So that kind of strike will not score, cannot score because we're showing better things,
Okay, so then
even if we're not successful in doing them. We're showing it better, so you cannot. Yeah, like that one was kind of close, but what was wrong there? Lots of things, but the most important thing for me, if I can manage to stop it, almost Asuji was wrong. Like the plate was not in the correct Asuji. So lots of things were wrong, but that was the worst in my opinion. So yeah, the Shimpan don't even flinch. I can see that that was not a good strike. Okay, so same thing as before in the Goodwill Kyu with Filipa, but another level, so another expectation, and yeah, I think also that, for instance, this one that I saw shows just now with the Sune, little before, it's yeah, I'm not getting there. It doesn't matter. It will. I think if it was even if it was Kyo, it wouldn't score because Asuji is really important. If you strike with the side of the blade, you cannot cut. So yeah, it's not going to be Ippon. So let's move on to another one and try to understand what's good and bad about this. It's me against Nico from Israel. Uh, also, it's just 3 minutes of fighting. So it started already. So same thing as before. So this is from 2018, so 3 years ago. So I should be better by now. So 4 years afterwards. Uh, yeah, but if you still see, I'm seeing it, and if I'm looking at my feet, especially at the beginning. So let's go back here, and my back foot is not really good, right? I'm putting my legs, my heel completely down. Things are better. The strikes are. Let's watch that again. So my strikes are a little better here in terms of movement and in terms of technique in general. But I got to score Sune, and that was one of the Shimpan doesn't agree on. The other two agree. Yeah, because let's look at it. It's the angle of the Asuji could be a little better, but just look at the timing. So I was doing all this kind of striking, going forward and striking like full energy, uh, lots of strikes. But yeah, I try to pressure him semi, and yeah, like I said, when we practiced semi before in some one of the practices, like we practiced semi. We didn't practice semi because we're not uh, able to practice with other people, but we did some exercises and about going forward. So if you remember, I said when I go forward, there's three things that can happen. One is the opponent doesn't do anything, so I strike him. The other opponent reacts by striking me, or the opponent goes back, and he can strike going back. But that's so. But I mean, he retreats. Okay, so either he does nothing, he retreats, or he attacks. So I move to pressure him, and he attacks, and I get hit by this. So this is like, yeah, there's really no reason why this wouldn't be Ippon, right? It's pretty clear what happened. Even if Dasuji is not 100% right, it's good enough for what it was. Okay. Uh, and now, of course, I'm going to try to strike, trying to recover the Ippon. If you saw, I almost got hit at the beginning of the. I go, he tries to do Sune, he fails. It's a little up. But I'm really full of energy trying to strike and recover that point. This is what I meant by when when you're winning, you don't need to do this. When you're losing, the opponent is going to make mistakes, and I'm doing lots of mistakes. There was now almost an ippon for Nico. You can see that he strikes my Sune. The other Shimpan is waving the flag, so it means that someone raised it. So the Shimpan only moves the flags when one of the other Shimpans moves the flags. So if someone goes up with the flag for red or white, doesn't matter. If you don't agree, you have to wave the flag saying no, essentially. That's what's happening. So yeah, so someone did think it was ippon. But it wasn't. Okay. I think it was a nice call, not being ippon, although the opportunity was okay. And yeah. Also, when people, I'm doing lots of mistakes, even in terms of moving the Naginata and moving my legs. I'm doing lots of mistakes, just trying to get in and do that strike. So, yeah. And also, in the case of Nico, he's getting kind of overwhelmed by my attacks, so he's also not able to attack as he would like to, I guess. That's also a strategy, but don't rely too much on it because that's going to, like, I almost got it again. But you see that's only moving his arm. So, also difficult to score Ippon if you're just doing that kind of technique, right? That's what's saving me because I'm doing too many mistakes. If, yeah, this will be over if it was a little better. Let's just go back to that Fumikomi man. It was kind of okay. Some things are missing, but you have done Fumikomi man before in practice, right? Uh, so yeah, I think it looked okay, but things are missing still again. Uh, so yeah, I think yeah, the Chimpan were there, they know better. But that didn't look that bad. But if it's completely useless, this kind of attacking motion that I did, I just wasted energy. Those kind of repeated Sokuman. Almost Sune from Nico. And then I think this is no, okay. So yeah, I got this man here. Am I happy with it? No. Like I'm watching this and I'm thinking, what kind of not really good man I scored, but Shimpan thought it was good enough. So I was happy at the moment, I guess, but looking at it, I think it's a bad example of a Sokuman. And now things are more. You see the difference in energy that was from before to now, and also Nico is starting to hit read. So before I was attacking, it was blocking and trying to counter and doing techniques when I attacked. But now it's changing to defensive mode. I'm pushing forward and it's going back. So there's a difference in mentality here now. I don't know why I did those estimates before. Also, what I said before, like Chimpan gave Ippon, so they know better. But am I happy with this Ippon? Not really. But you can understand why it happens. Like pushing backwards, always going backwards, and then yeah, I eat him. He understands that it was it. He tries to knock my Naginata off. So, but it was not the best Sokuman ever. Okay. Okay. So I think that now we can. Yeah, there's another final. It doesn't matter. 2016. So let's actually look at people that are good at Naginata. uh, I don't remember this fight by heart. Ah, it's reloading. Okay. So it's Sabrina against Faye. So now we're watching again different. So we watched like 2 or 3 fights from me. Now we're watching female fighters. Uh, it's not that different. Just show that, yeah, there are some differences like in speed and velocity, acceleration, but it's about the same at this level. Also, this is not a goodwill. This is a European Championship. They are measuring themselves, like they are not attacking like without thinking. So this is a good example of how to do Naginata. Don't just rush in and try to overwhelm the opponent, like I do so very often. Now this is if this is a difficult situation where both are on the same side, right? So yeah, you can see that face cut is slightly open on this situation. That was a nice try. Also, notice how they're. Oh, she was striking now. This is also a good screenshot. The lunging forward for the strike, but if you see their footwork is also very stable. There's not too much moving. Like on my first fight that I showed, my back leg was moving too much, doing too many useless things. They are they are not moving that much, but they are moving what they need to move, right? Not doing extra stuff. So yeah, they were at the, so you can understand that it's already a different level of fighting. When they are close together, like here, they are in very high. There's not, they are not trying to do something useless, like trying to do a bad so command going backwards. No, they break away, and yeah, they are keeping their distance while fighting. So good fighting initiative. Oh, yeah, it was okay. It's yeah. I don't think I really need to say anything about this. Like you can tell, like the technique was really super clear. Yeah, it bounced off, but really, like yeah, it bounced off a little, but it's clear that it was Ippon, right? It's super clear, super clean technique. So oh, yeah, yeah. So let's watch it again. Replay. The thing here, it's the Shimpan are there, so they know what happened. Uh, the only thing that you could probably think about, but you can tell it was later, right? So the first, yeah, it's a little light. The Sune, it seems like Faye blocked, but I think it was later, and she still got it with the she got it, and then there was the block maybe. So it looks like a nice iPhone, and it is a nice iPhone. Like you see the eye and then the striking. That's a good technique and good execution. I actually don't remember who won this fight. So I didn't see it to the end also. I didn't see it to the end now before getting ready for practice. I saw it there. Hmm. So this is the first time that we see this. The other fights were on the pools or yeah, or so we're this is intro. So for people that haven't done GI, this is now this is the how do you call it? It's the sudden death. So the first person to score wins, right? And notice that this is Ancho, so the first one to oh that was bad. But it's they were taking their time. They weren't rushing. Okay. So this was a very nice fight. This is an example of how to do it. I didn't notice that I did this. So yeah, I put it. Yeah, it was Faye against Sabrina, and now it's Charlotte against Sabrina. Uh, Let me watch. Yeah, we have half an hour, so let's watch this fight. So we're watching at. So we watch like low level fights from 2014. Uh, then we're now watching. Then watch a slightly better fight from 2018. And then we're now watching the finals. So that I think that was like semi-finals where Faye lost, and then she went to fight the third place match. I think so. I'm not sure. Uh, and now we're watching the. I think this should be yeah, it's final women. Charlotte against Sabrina. So yeah, let's watch a good fight now. So we went from low level and we're raising up the level on the fights. Let me just put a stop. Let me just put my dog outside. She's barking. She wants to go outside, so let me stop it for a second. Back. Okay, back. Hi. So this is probably the last fight that we're going to watch from European fighters. Same thing as the fight before with Sabrina and Faye. People are not going in crazy. Control footwork, control distance. Nice. So if you see, let's just watch this again because it was quite nice. Uh, I didn't go back enough. So nice combo there. It was blocked. The distance is a little close. All they are pushing each other, but the distance is a little close now. And you see, like Charlotte made the distance, Sabrina tried to close in, and then Charlotte make distance again. And so if you like what I talked about before about moving in and striking. So Sabrina is moving in, right? And and Charlotte she's not retreating. That's she's moving back, but she's not really retreating. That's why she's not attacking, in my opinion. But then not attacking Sabrina when she pressures. But now what happened was pressure and striking. Didn't work. That's okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't know why, but it wasn't. But that was a nice one. Oh, camera issues. Yeah, and now it was Charlotte going in and striking. And it's like perfect situation, right? So we're seeing all the semi that we mentioned before. We're seeing it on this fight. Of course, it's a higher level fight at least. So we're seeing pressure, pressure, bam. And if you see what all the way she did the Sune pressure going up, so pressuring as if I was going to do, if she was going to do a man, for instance, or Tsuki, but and she moved to try to do something. Sabrina tries to react to that semi, but strike on the Sune. So, really nice. Too deep, almost with a Senamaki. And Miami, it's over. So Ipongatsu Showari. It is decided by one Ippon. Yeah, so I think we spent a lot of time doing. This is also a very nice fight, but I won't go through it. Okay. I think I'm just going to put these highlights from the All Japan Naginata Championship. There's also highlights from the female championship. Or did I close? Okay, that's us. Part one of it. Did I close the? Okay. Okay, I'll just put the highlights. here. I'll just skip some. Reloading, really. Okay, so this is All Japan Naginata Championships. So going in, and so you saw the slow motion, see the, this is also semi, right? He's saying, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something, and then he does something. And he gets the opponent off guard. Of course, the opponent tries to do the Habana, but didn't work. Also, if you see, you're going to see a lot in these Japanese competitions that the Naginata slides off going forward. This is something that they do in Japan, but we're always told not to do it. So don't ask me what's better, but they actually do it and they score ippon with that. So I think it's a question of style or anything else, the way to do it. Interesting, the situation, right? They change Mochikai right at the beginning, but at a safe distance. Bam. Right on target. And the second one missed. So I think there's something more interesting up front.
宮城県吉田博之選手
So yeah.
藤田智也選手宮城県吉田博之選手
Okay, and slow motion. Notice his back leg, and the way he does the Fumikomi Sune. I think slow motion doesn't make it
宮城県
better.
吉田博之選手
You can see the action
藤田智也選
like
手
on the
宮
body,
城県吉田博之
not
選
the front arm. In my opinion, not the
手
front arm. Yeah.
宮城
You
県
can
吉
go
田博
body
之選手
and good strike. Okay. So if you see my strikes on the 2014 fight, it might look something like this in the sense that it might look like I was just using front
宮
arm,
城県吉田
but
博
here
之
you can see that this is how you do it from a short distance and using the body. So that's how you do it. So contrasting what I had done badly with something that's nicely done. So this is also interesting because notice how it's going in. Yeah. Semi up, up. Nope, Sune. It's there. Okay. In slow motion, you can see the Naginata wiggling after striking. But if you see it in normal speed, yeah, that's a good Sune. Right? And pressure, up, nope, down. So I used to do this a lot. I'm not doing it that much nowadays. That's a good way for a good keeper.
三重県田中康介選手兵庫県増田義之選手広島県渥美健二選手
I'm skipping it.
愛知県佐橋奈良県中村
I don't think it was something interesting. Fumikomi Sune, just straight on. I think it's over. The things that I wanted to show on this video. Oh yeah, this is again the same thing as before. So if you want to see it. So the hip is not rotating here from what I'm seeing, but the body is moving all at once. So it's different from what we usually do, where we rotate the hip to strike. Here it's a different kind of motion, but you can see that he's using his full body to strike that Fumikomi man. And it's going now. Up. Forward. The only thing, yeah, that we say not to do and that we're told not to do is that striking and going forward. But as I said, you'll see this a lot in Japan, in competition from Japan. And yeah, that's about it. Let me close this. And finally, so we watch many Shiai. There's this one we didn't watch. I'm just going to show you something at the beginning. Like, look at my back leg, and yeah, the way that I'm moving it right at
Which
the
one is
beginning.
you? Which
Eh?
one is you?
Left side, white.
Are you white or?
I'm white. I'm white.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I forget that I know how to recognize myself, but other people don't. But yes. So look at my feet. This is pretty crap. And now I'm going to. I drag my feet even. So this is not good. Okay, 2018. And also another thing. I'll show it in a moment. My normal Devana Sokuman that I do, or Nuki Sokuman that I do very often. But just look at my back arm. This is not good. Not good at all. Right? And I think if I go forward a little more. Why doing that kind of asso where I'm just hanging there in the middle? I know that there's another video of my fight online. Maybe I'm mistaking because this angle is not good to show you something that on my Kamai. Let me see if there was. Oh. Yeah, so this is kind like if you start getting stressed, you start doing stupid things, and this is something that you need to learn how to control. And clearly, I didn't learn it by 2018. Okay. Also, here I think I can. Yeah, here it's okay. You can see it a little better. My Kamai, like the way that I'm doing Kamai is not good at all, right? This is my body might be sideways. That's okay-ish. But with the Naginata Kote, you don't see the wrist how it is, so it's probably not that bad, but also not that good. But my backhand, that's an issue, right? I'm holding the Naginata up. I do this a lot when I'm fighting and getting more stressed, more into it also. But I tend to push my Naginata up. The problem here is that you can see it from here, but yeah, you also see that Gur is completely open on the Kote, right? But I'm not good enough to do Kote. My Kote is not really good. But either way, this is open, completely open. Like but I think this is also too much like invitation for him to do Ojiwaza. Either way, I'm not doing invitation. My Kote is open because my Kamai is not good. Okay. This is one of the things that if your Kamai is not good, like doing something like this will affect the overall result of your fight. Although I didn't get Kote, but I think no one got the Kote on me during the goodwill. But yeah, this is not ideal, Kamai. Yeah. Useless motions, so Muda Uchi, useless striking. Don't do it. Yeah, and I think this was like, was that Wakare? No, that was Ippon intro. Yeah, there's nothing really to see here until like nothing that you didn't see before on the previous videos. Yeah, the only thing that I can show you for people that haven't done Shiai or haven't been used to doing Shiai is that here at the end we're going to be over. So you saw before ties, you saw people winning, you saw Encho with someone winning, and now this is 5 minutes 48. We had intro, then we had a second intro, so second sudden death / prolongation of the fight. No. It's always fun to see old videos and thinking, yeah, it's not good. Because it isn't. Okay, Yami. So now it's the final ante. So it's going to be ante. So ante is when the Shimpan, based on what they saw during the fight, decide who wins and who loses. Okay. So we were tied. There was one Nippon from Gur. I can show you the Ippon, but we're at 5 minutes 44 now. Okay. So the Ippon should be around here, I guess, somewhere after my Naginata flew out of my hands. It doesn't matter. We were tied. That's the point. And we did two prolongations. No one scored. Then last one. Yeah, ante. I think you didn't hear the ante. Ante. There's one. Yeah. Yeah. We get. I shouldn't do this, like looking around, but it's like you see one flag. From my point of view, I was seeing one flag, another flag here, but I didn't see it. So it was one white from Mark, one red from the Shushin, main Shimpan, and I couldn't see the other one, so I had to look back. But don't do this. This is an example of what not to do. It doesn't really matter. Like, it's a fight. It was a final. It 1-1. So that's not the important thing to come out of this, in a way. So just get back. I also think I did it wrong. Let me check. So, okay, it's just a little extra step, but you take back 2 steps, rotate, and get out. That's how you should move outside of the Shiaijo. My walking back was not very elegant. Let's look at it again. Yeah, like I should do proper Suriyashi and then turn and hold the Naginata. Okay. While turning. So yeah, that's it. So you saw all kinds of winning, all kinds of fights. Just to finish up, wrap it up on the last 10 minutes, let's actually look at this is Kion. Let's look at, oh, there were more videos here. Oh, stop, zoom, don't, okay, okay, and I think it's this one. Let's move forward. It's reloading the video.
Nata. It was usually Naginata
Okay, this is explaining about the
exists
Kakyoji, like theoretical stuff.
and use techniques that aren't up to Hachihome. And if
strike man to start with.
So you can watch the whole video by yourself. Okay. So historical part was over. Now it's Kakyoji.
Based on the premise that this is Nidan Waza. Nidan Waza means, consecutive techniques, but actually it's not Nidan Waza.
This is really important, okay, this part, because we were taught, like, for many years that it was Nidan Waza, but then on the INF seminar, like, they are saying this is not Nidan Waza.
It's not actually Nidan Waza, so strike man to start with, and because it's blocked, that's why you do snare. You don't set out with the intention of doing man snare.
Okay, so this part is also important to reiterate. When it's Rensoku Waza or Nidan Waza, you set out to start with the intention of doing 2 strikes in a row or more. If it's Rensoku Waza, you can do more than 2. Nidan Waza just so. But yeah, you set out to do something. Here you don't set out to do Nidan Waza, you do Men and Sune. Okay. The only thing about the editing of this video by Candle World is that we don't get to see it like without stops from beginning to like without stopping the Shikaki Oji. I don't know if they have it to the end. I don't think so, from what I recall. When we saw it being live streamed online, like live, they did it, of course, in a row. But now with the edit, we don't see it, and kind of loses some what I wanted to show you, like the Shikaki Oji being done like without stopping. Either way, I'm just going to go back to Ipome. The main point was already made. Let's just watch it
The start.
again. So as you know, we go to Chudan. Proper distance. Watch the. So I'm going to comment some things that they weren't commented by Bennett Sensei, but it's important for beginners. Like the okay, okay. So doing the A, like together and crossing together. Okay, just many people fail at this part of crossing the Naginata, so the OAC with the Naginata. Okay.
Based on the premise that this is Nidan.
Okay, so let's look it again. Now thinking that it's not Nidan Waza. So there's a strike. And then a second strike.
Based on the premise
Okay,
that this
so
is
that's
Nidan was actually
that small. If it was Nidan Waza, it wouldn't have that small stop fish in between. You just do it. And also look at the timing. Let's go back to the
set out with the intention of doing man snap.
okay. 1, 2, strike. Timing, sunshine, movement, looking, interaction between each other, and moving. So there's a flow here. The timing flows nicely.
When you
Okay.
receive or you block with the habu,
Yes. And the last thing I wanted to show you, I think I closed the video, so let's try to find it again with the Engiki Yogi. Too many videos were watched. Let's try to see if it was this one. I know that one of them starts with 1 or 2, Ipome or Naomi. I just want to see if it's Ipome. That okay, it's Naomi. It's about the same. So let's watch this video because so entering the Shiaijo for how does this work out? So this is a team. This is team. So team Canada versus team Japan. Okay, it's the teams where Tusky, so a Fred something, go and they wear it around the waist. Okay, on top of the Akama, and the 2 people in front is one team, 2 people in the back is another team. Okay. They call for the Shikake. Shikake raises his arm. They said his name and team and says hi. Goes in. That. Going in. Look at how they coordinate the going down. The Naginata. The team between each other. And they enter with the left foot. Okay. They start moving with the left foot. Now coordination between them. Going up. Perfect break. They don't rush it. They do everything by the book in terms of Geiko. Now look, not to complain about Canada team because they are good. They are really good. Okay, much better than I am. That's for sure. But that's the thing. Just look at how much time they take, Japan versus Canada. And it can be okay, right? But you feel more in control in the term of the Japanese team. And yeah, the Sune man feels more rush in this on Canada team. And you can see there's some small things here and there, but they are above my level, so I'm not going to say anything because I think they know better than me. Okay, that was nice. I'll just go forward to the end, so we see it ending for both teams. Okay, so when they end, they are perfectly in place. Okay, and yeah, as before, they are finishing earlier. It might be their timing. It's okay to have a different timing, but you can, in general, if you watch the full video, you'll feel more in control with the Japanese team than with the Canadian team. Lots of control. The whistle was for the other Shiai show. Okay, so ignore that whistle. And now, when all the teams step out, whistle, and then there's the result. You didn't get to see it, but there's the flags go up at that time. Okay. This is an autoplay. I think I'll stop it. We can just have a look at it. I think it should start. Pretty sure that the last girl here I think is a student of Imara Sensei. Let's just watch the first Shikaki Oji. Yeah, you can tell that there's a difference, right? Like the speed, it's okay. It's their kids, right? So it's meant to be a little more energetic. So I won't say anything about. I think they are really good. This tournament, and yeah, pretty high level for they are young, but the level is already pretty high. So let me just stop my screen sharing. Share, no, stop share. Okay. That's it for today. So I'm sorry we couldn't do actual practice. Yeah.
This was good.
Yeah, I wanted to do this for some. Say, Alan, what did you say?
It was very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to do this sometimes, and because now we're doing it. Yeah, it's only online practice. we can take some time off to watch and actually discuss people that are better at Naginata and see them doing it and understand what should we strive for, right? Because one thing is to talk a lot and practice Kion, which is needed, of course, but not knowing where we should go next, it's a problem. Uh, Lots of people nowadays talk about not comparing ourselves to other people, and that people have their own objectives and goals and whatnot. True, in a sense, but if you never see people that are better at doing what you want to do, you won't really understand what you need to improve. Like if I like I was what we were watching me doing Shiai, and then we were watching other people doing Shiai, and it's I can, although theoretically I should be at the same level than Faye, for instance, or yeah, but I'm not. Some things are much. She does some things much better than I do, and lots of other people that we saw do things better than I do, and that's okay. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It takes time to actually be able to do some of these things, but that's kind of the point. Like we need to watch other people and see um, where to go next. We shouldn't see people that are too much far away. So that's why I also think that we should also saw Q uh, Q level tournaments, Takai and Shiai, because yeah, if we try to imitate someone like Charlotte uh, at the beginning, it won't work. We're It's a question of yeah, we can see it, we can see that we want to be there, but we don't even know how to take the steps required to go there. It's like
Yeah.
too far away. Yes, so we need to watch things that are closer to our level to see what's okay to do. Like yeah, so we saw Filipa, for instance, she was 5th when she was doing those fights. So that's oh, she's knocking at the door. She arrived home, so let me just open the door really fast. Uh, okay, I'm back now, kind of back. Okay, so yeah, so we got to watch people doing Naginata, and also the other point is to to know the procedures of how to enter the Shiaijo, what's Ansoku, how do we start a Shiai, how we should proceed during a Shiai, thinking about what's good, what's bad, what we should try to avoid, and actually seeing it, and actually like there are things that I was doing wrong, and when I say that nowadays, like don't do this, you can see that I was doing it. That's also a reason why I know I shouldn't do it or that you shouldn't do it because I did it and it wasn't good. So let's try to avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. That's one of the things that we are now. I think that this generation of Naginata people I belong to and the newer generation that came after me is very lucky in the sense that we had our forerunners here in Europe that had to learn everything from the beginning and making lots of mistakes without knowing and for lots of time. And now we are lucky enough to have internet also, but also to have their experience. And we can see how people evolve at seminars. Well, not now because Corona. But yeah, we got to see all this experience coming forward into something new. And yeah, so when someone older than us in Naginata tells us that, yeah, don't do that because that's not cool. They've been doing it for long enough to know what didn't work and also yeah, and what works. Same thing. And the more we go with this along the time, the better that we'll get to. Uh, so yeah, uh, so we got to see understanding what works, what doesn't work, saw fights, saw the procedures, saw lots of things. So yeah, but we didn't practice. It's not just watching videos. So when I was watching the videos, also try to understand that, for instance, I didn't show you a video just running through from the beginning to the end. That's kind of pointless. I don't really understand people that just or I put the highlights for the men, for instance, because I knew there was something there, some things there that I wanted to show. Because they do it a little different than what we're doing here in Europe most of the time and most of the world actually. So it's good to see what people are actually doing. Uh, but I don't watch highlight videos. I think they are kind of worthless by itself. And when I watch Shiai video, I'm always looking at what they are doing, trying to understand. And if something comes up like that Ippon, that face score, is like, oh, wait, I wasn't expecting this. Let's go back, let's watch, and oh, that's nice. Or trying to see a Ippon like the one that Charlotte scored and going, that that was clean. Let me go back and understand why it was clean, how it worked, or also why didn't it work, and trying to understand like, oh, the Sabrina is going in, Charlotte's going back, distance is being I'm actually here. So distance is changing. How do I keep that why is that happening? What's going on? And then we see that Charlotte goes in, up, change. So the kind of exercises that we do, they actually have application. Uh, and this is like what's meant to be. That's what we should think about when we're doing those kind of exercises. And that's it. Uh, I think that's it for today. So let's finish it up. I already talking. So if you want to do if you want to let me know something about the videos or the what we saw, what we did today. If you want to do something similar in the future or with something else, we can also take a look at the kata, the Neo Naginata kata. We can look at the Shikaki Oji. Yeah, we can do those things in the future. Next Saturday, I won't be able to practice. Also, I'm going to be operated. I have something on my mouth that I need to operate. Kind of sucks. So next week probably also Mitori Geiko. If you have something that you want to see about uh, Naginata in particular, let me know. And yeah, I'll finish it now. So thanks guys for coming. Uh, feel free to write down anything. And yeah, bye bye. See you next time.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.